Hi everyone, and welcome to your Fat Burner Workout Challenge. Please make sure you have some clear space around you, free from any trip hazards. If you have your water bottle with you, then keep it close because you may need to reach for it between exercises. Let's get started. We're starting this superset with some corn cob push-ups. So this is quite a difficult push-up because you're essentially doing your push-up with one side at a time. However, to make it a little bit easier, we're going to do it from our knees. So it's actually a rookie version of this exercise. Now, make sure that you don't dip your hip and just make sure that we're transferring our weight from left to right for the duration of this exercise. And then let's get into some high-paced squats. So starting with your feet at shoulder width, nice and parallel, knees right over your feet so that they're not swinging out or swinging in, and just trying to maintain a vertical shin bone as much as possible, getting nice and deep into those squats and working your way back up. You can see that Coach Levi is using his arms for momentum, so you're welcome to do that as well. Starting this superset with some donkey kicks. So starting with your 4 points position, your hands are at shoulder width and nice sturdy stance to begin with. And then as you're kicking up, you're trying to leave your footprint on the sky. So you've got to make sure that you keep that bend in the knee and that you're pushing straight up with this one. We'll try one side and then we'll change it up and hit the other side before progressing over to our cardio exercise. Now, for our cardio exercise, we're just working some lunge hops. So this is similar to a jumping jack, but rather than going side to side, we're going back and forth. Make sure that your weight remains in the middle and that you're nice and light on the ball of your foot. Your turn to try this superset.
starting this superset with some side knee drops. So the way we're going to do this is lie in a supine position with your feet starting in tabletop. Place our hands in a T, so it's much like a crucifix, and you want to try and make sure that your shoulders don't leave the ground. And then all we're doing is just swinging the knees from the left to the right, and then really working your obliques throughout this exercise. Now, if you have any trouble with your back, you can lift your head, and that's going to give you a little bit of extra protection as well. Then we're going to turn around into a prone position, and we're going to work fast feet from 4 points. So this is a much harder version of fast feet than if you're doing it standing. You've got to put quite a bit of weight on your arms when you do it, and this is just going to really exhaust you relative to some of the other exercises. All right, let's have a go. for this set, our strength exercise is a hips raise from a seated position. So you can see that I've got my hands pointing out so that I'm not putting too much pressure on my wrists. And then I'm trying to elevate until I've got a straight line from my ankle all the way to my shoulder. So it's all about lifting your hips all the way up, but trying to keep your knees as straight as you can keep them. Then we're going to switch to our cardio exercise, which is running on the spot with high knees. So stay on the ball of the foot, throw those legs right up until you've got your knee to your chest, and just try to keep a high pace throughout this set. Your turn to try this superset.
Starting the superset with some alternate lunges. Now, to keep the pressure off the knees, you can see we're stepping back into these lunges. And then you want to try and keep them relatively lengthy and make sure your front shin bone is remaining as vertical as possible throughout your set. You can see that we can use our arms for support and for momentum throughout the set as well. Then we're going to get into our cardio exercise and work some front and back hops. So nice and light on the ball of your feet. You can keep your feet at shoulder width if you like and just remain consistent as far as that back and forth movement is concerned.
Your turn to have a go at this superset. Starting this set with some abs tucks. So starting in that supine position, you want your knees nicely extended, and then we're going to pull back until your knees get close to your chest. Tuck in as much as you can, and then when you extend out, it's really important to make sure you finish with your legs nice and straight. We don't want to do partial reps, we want to make sure we do full reps in order to get those lower abs. Then just working some crisscross hops. So this is virtually combining a lunge hop with a jumping jack and just alternating between. Make sure you stay nice and light on the ball of your foot and just keep the same momentum throughout the whole set. Your turn to try it.
Well done for getting through today's workout. Be sure to spend a few minutes stretching and cooling your body back down. Comment and let us know what you thought of today's workout, and be sure to tune in tomorrow to progress through to the next workout. See you soon.